We are live, ladies and gentlemen. So I am here with none other than Roger Patterson. This is Sia, millennial thought leader, best-selling author, speaker, coach, and really excited, grateful to bring his story kind of on a level and go a little deeper. So with nothing else other than that being said, Roger, thank you so much for being here with us. Could you please elaborate a little bit, share a little, go into your background before and leading up to finally everything that came together, which now that is Host Nation Consulting and Training?
Sure. Yeah, my background is military and police. That's why I stress a lot about safety. I was in Marine Corps back in the day, joined the police department, St. Louis Metropolitan Police Department, had the opportunity to join in the cracking gang era, which, gave me a lot of experience on the streets. Leading up to 9/11. 9/11 kind of changed a lot of the dynamics of the police department because I was in a specialized unit and we were forced to train a lot on terrorism. And that's where I got exposed to more and more about terrorism and SWAT experience and everything. During that time, I had the opportunity to actually rejoin the military for a deployment through a National Guard unit. And I did that, and I learned a lot about counterterrorism. I was able to take my skills that I learned on the police department and fighting crime and counterterrorism and put it to play with my unit. That was, like I said, that was a very good experience. I came back to the police department for a short time. Then another opportunity presented itself to actually join a Department of Defense program that was focused on counterterrorism. It was focused on going after networks that were responsible for improvised explosive devices, terrorist attacks, and other type of activity that were plaguing U.S. forces. So I was involved with that program for about 6 years. About 2 of those years were in Iraq.
Wow.
And I dealt with the predecessor to ISIS. I was in Mosul and Tel Afar for that period of time. And then I went to Afghanistan. Afghanistan gave me a real unique experience because I was the mentor advisor to an Afghan undercover unit. And it was kind of me and another mentor. We, operated out of safe houses. We rolled with the team, and the team used a lot of undercover techniques to go after Taliban, Al-Qaeda, terrorist groups and everything. So I was able to take this whole wide of information, and it all began on the police department, and it went towards these overseas deployments. But also what this also gave me the experience as a mentor and advisor. Not only are you operationally operating, doing counterterrorism, but you're also training, whether it's your host nation forces or whether it's U.S. forces. You also are in a training role. So that gave me a lot of experience, field experience and training, and also some classroom experience as well. After my last deployment in 2014, that's when HNCT, Host Nation Consulting and Training, was born. And it was born out of the idea that, terrorism is an enduring threat, and communities need to be prepared. And my first goal, I started training police departments because I saw that there was a lot of need for local police departments in the United States.
I was just going to ask you.
For them particularly to understand that terrorism is both local and global. So as I began to train them on that, we started getting more information. But what I really realized is that the community at whole,
basically.
Yes, exactly. The community as a whole needs to learn more and more about, that experience. So yeah, that's what led me up to Host Nation and Consulting and Training, and it led me up to where we are now with these online classes, which allows us to give, not only U.S. communities, but, worldwide, this information for countering terrorism and, more importantly, protecting your community. And that's where we're really, how to make you and your loved ones safe. Really, it's all about protecting the community as well.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, to see your why and your driving belief behind your organization now, and the trend of education is in which, we are being educated and empowered with information these days. And seems like it was predicated more off just the needs solely that formed and grow their awareness behind this extremely large problem and problems behind solely a lack of information. So it's amazing to see what you're doing there.
Yes, it's a lot of
And how everyone listening can. I'm sorry.
no, I was just
Yeah, as you can see, guys, he's still, functionally operating, and that's why he's kind of hiding. If you're wondering why he's hiding behind the microphone, it's dark over there. So it's, he's still a functional expertise in this field. And it's amazing to see what you've done and how everything has led up to this. And it's also a beautiful thing to notice the pattern of how, the greatest solutions really come from the domain experts, or the people who they're operating in that space. They can really see the problem. So you kind of were grieved over time. You realize, this problem national, and it's not just solely with the governmental agencies, but also in the public sector. There's such a lack of understanding and knowledge, right, and practicality, which really is the root of our problem society, right?
yes. Yeah, you're exactly like one of the things I really stress is the whole of community approach. And I learned that
Yes, please elaborate.
from on the police department as well as overseas. And, I saw when, the cracking gang drug epidemic back in the day, it really took communities to come together to work with law enforcement because they wanted to protect their communities. I saw the same thing overseas with communities. You saw villagers, when they rebel against the Taliban because they're just tired of all the grief that it brings them. So it's that whole empowering local persons, and the local people build communities, build countries, and build world, and makes their world safer. So that's kind of, like you said, that's what's kind of behind it.
Beautiful. Awesome. Well, for everybody listening in here, thank you so much. You also make sure you join his newsletter and be a part of everything that's happening there at Host Nation Consulting and Training, HNCT. That's hnctllc.com. And you can visit the newsletter over there and just drop your email. And, apparently also you're going to be having a little Facebook group, right? With everyone can, you can give some more live streams there. So is there anything else you want to leave them with? Then, now we totally got a firm grasp on your why and kind of the bigger picture story behind this. Thank you so much for your service and for really, never giving up and putting everything together to what is now for everyone to be a part of, really.
Yeah, the only thing I'd add is, I've been really excited about the response. We have people from 84 countries that have taken part in the classes, and with the class participation and with the information, you learn so much. And I really want to put this all together so everybody can share on a global level and combat some of the problems. So yeah, I'd really encourage people to, participate in all our classes, participate in all our social media, to be able to be part of this, because I really feel that it's very important.
Awesome. And yeah, they can find you on facebook.com/HNCT. That's facebook.com/HNCT. This is, most likely where you saw this video. Thank you again, Roger. Till next time. We'll look forward to all the new future announcements and happenings at HNCT. For now, this is goodbye, and I salute you.
Thank you very much for taking time, Phil.